Well, good morning, good morning, good morning again, although it's really afternoon. Welcome to another episode of Spilly Tea. I'm your host, Tiffany Daniels, and we're going to that horrible world known as the JRC. But before we do, the disclaimers, since I'm front loading, folks, yes, I'm just going to jump into it. In the description box, you're going to find a link to the article that the Judge Rotenberg Educational Center doesn't want you to read. It is written by NeuroClastic, a small non-for-profit started by Autistics for Autistics, wherein they interviewed and surveyed over 900 ABA professionals in regards to the JRC's quote-unquote behavioral modification program. Matter of fact, JRC doesn't want you reading this article so much they have threatened NeuroClastic with a defamation lawsuit if they did not remove it from the website. NeuroClastic has refused, so you know the drill, folks. Please read that article and share on all your social media. You're also going to find in there the link to NeuroClastic's public statement in regards to the defamation lawsuit threat, as well as a link to their GoFundMe. We are crowdfunding, folks, in case the JRC has the balls to see through with their threat. We got the pertinent links in regards to the Agape boarding school situation. Agape boarding school is a Christian-themed boarding school based out of Stockton, Missouri that takes in so-called troubled male teens that has and pending over 21 substantiated claims, allegations, and civil lawsuits substantiated by the Missouri Department of Social Services, no less, that allege sexual assault, rape, sodomy, child abuse, psychological and emotional abuse, child trafficking, and starvation, and that's just for starters. We got one former staff member arrested by the FBI, another a doctor who still lives on the premises facing prison time after substantiated claims have been brought against him, evidence provided by the Department of Social Services that include sodomy, rape, and sexual assault of the boys there. You got an attorney general too busy doing fucking Trump's bidding to do his damn job even in the last few days. And you got a governor on a power trip. So please read those articles and share on all your social media. Don't forget to share and sign the change.org Shut Agape Boarding School Down petition. We got the pertinent links to the Stop the Shocks campaign as well, including Autistic Hoya's massive archive on the subject. Also the Uniform Assembly's behavioral sheet of shockable offenses, a clip out of the 7-hour ordeal undergone by Andre McCollins back in 2002 over the sin of refusing to remove his coat, the templates, and the ever-present self-explanatory change.org Shut the Judge Rotenberg Center Down petition. When we discuss the JRC, you're going to hear vivid descriptions of and catch clips of surveillance footage of peoples with disabilities being tortured and abused. If you got young children present, please use your headphones. This channel is marked not for children for a reason. We talk about we use profanity and talk about dark subjects. If your child is 16 and younger, parental supervision is advised. Trigger warning, we are about to descend into the mad ravings of a lunatic mind that is known as Dr. Matthew Israel. You're going to hear victim blaming, gaslighting, abuse apologencia everywhere, ableism, you name it, it's there. Don't forget the lies he likes to tell. So just, know that, all right? It's 1:03 p.m. in the afternoon in actuality, not morning. And this is video number 4 of me preloading for the week. So if I stumble over my words, apologies in advance, all right? Okay. So let's take a look here. In parlance of current behavioral treatment, procedures numbered 1 through 9 are generally accepted procedures, all of which would fit in the rubric of positive behavioral support. Lie! That's a lie. You really did tell on yourself, Dr. Israel. Tell me you know nothing about positive behavioral reinforcement without telling me. This shit right here. Adversives are not allowed in positive behavioral reinforcement at all, point blank, period. In fact, the whole premise of the concept is to put the focus on the positive behaviors, not the negative ones. It's not a day of basically picking through my flaws to the point that I lose my shit. So again, doctor, tell me you know nothing without telling me you know nothing. That little fucking sentence right there. This document will refer to them as positive-only procedures. Oh, here the fuck we go again. Dr. Israel, you consider it positive reward allowing a kid to eat their fucking dinner. Excuse me if I don't find you an expert on what rewards and positive reinforcement is. Unfortunately, these procedures have proved effective in treating problem behaviors in only the 50 to 60% of cases. Here we go again. No shit, Sherlock. You want to know why that is, doctor? Because there is no catch-all treatment that is going to work on 100% of even autistics. Let's not talk about the wide range of disabilities you so-called treat in your school. Let's just use autism right now. There is no one treatment or program or plan that's going to work on 100% of us. What crack are you smoking? Each person you meet with autism are as different as night and day from each other. We may have on the surface several symptoms that cross over, but each of us is completely, utterly different from one another, just like neurotypicals are different from one another. There is no scenario on this planet where one treatment fits all. Okay? This is this magical thinking that's prevalent in our world right now, where we just wish hard enough. No, doctor. Actually, 50 to 60% success rate is actually massive. It's actually massive. You know what I'm saying? But it doesn't work for 100%, and therefore it's useless. See, this is the type of thinking we got to get ourselves out of. There is not one treatment or program that is going to cover 100% of a single diagnosis, let alone the wide range of disabilities, developmental disorders, and mental health issues that he treats in this hellhole of a school. That is magical pseudoscience thinking. And yes, it's even prevalent in the medical model. The fact is, this is why treatment needs to be individualized in 2022. Because we know logically, that there is no one program that's going to be a perfect fit for every single autistic on the face of the earth. That's just insane. It's just insane because each of us as individuals have different strengths, different weaknesses, and even different degrees to what we are affected in regards to some of the symptoms that come with autism. We're not all affected the same way. With each and every single one of us, it's going to be different. That's why there is no one treatment that works for everyone. If we've learned nothing from psychology, can we at least learn that? Medicine should be individual-based, regardless of disability. For this very point, there is no fix. There is no immediate fix. There's no pill, no program, no torture, no punishment that is going to cover. You get where I'm going here. If you look at it with a logical mind, it shouldn't be all like, well, he has to be right. All those other cases, it's just covering a small majority. Fuck me. Get out of your magical thinking or get the fuck out of medicine. Because you have no place in it. If you are one of those idiots who believe that there is one program that is going to take care of and cure and help every single autistic or disabled person out there, You do not belong in medicine. Go get the fuck out and find something you're good at. Okay? Because this is not dealing in reality here. This is that terrible, magical thinking that has ended in the traumatization of generation after motherfucking generation of neurodiverse kids. Okay? Quit pushing your magical bullshit onto us and then blaming us when you get bad results. Am I telling you my way is easy or perfect? No. Is it an instant fix that immediately gets you what you want? No. But it does a hell of a lot more good overall over time. If you don't try to fucking rush treating us and actually do this, take the time, do the research, talk to the patient so you can find the program that best suits their particular needs. It should be common fucking sense. Right? Me, as someone who does not have a doctorate in this field, should not have to explain this shit to you. Okay? You don't have to have a fucking medical degree, PhD, or even a master's in psychology to see this as completely insane. This well-proven failure of positive-only programs to be effective in all cases is the single most important scientific justification for keeping available the use of aversives. This is batshit. You are justifying the torture of generation people with mental health issues, neurodevelopmental disabilities, and autism in fucking particular, off of a fucking straw man argument? Really? But see, if they don't work, you have to torture you. That's what you deserve because you're so out of control. Fucking sit on it and rotate, doctor. Sit on it and motherfucking rotate, all right? So nothing else works. Our magical thinking isn't working. So might as well try torture? Is that your argument? This is what they mean when they say try everything, folks. This doctor doesn't have the first goddamn clue what the hell he's talking about. And he's operating from fucking fantasy land. For the love of God, do not send kids to this place. This is a complete, gross misrepresentation of fucking medicine. It's fucking reckless and it's stupid. Of course, doctor, none of these, as you say, aversive-free programs are going to work for 100% of the kids. Okay? Chemo is not a fucking good way and medicine be used on a fucking head cold. Just like there is no one treatment that is going to work on every single person in a hospital, no matter what their varying diagnoses are. There is no one size fit fucking all for neurodevelopmental medicine or mental health medicine. Of course, there's going to be a billion different programs out there. There's billions of different kinds of fucking autistics and disabled people and people with mental health issues out there. Like, fucking why? Why? Why does this have to be explained? This is one of the worst fucking arguments I've ever seen. I didn't even have to break a sweat tearing holes in it. Didn't even have to break a sweat. This is ridiculous. This is why I say he lies when he says he's tried everything. No, he's only tried the most typical medical model bunch of bullshit. He doesn't even treat the other alternatives like they exist. This is a man who should have never been able to practice medicine. Ever. Ever. Fucking ever. Blows your mind, doesn't it? When you think about it logically. When you think about it logically, it only makes sense that there is no one-size-fits-all treatment, even if we're just focusing on the autistic students there, right? Because there is no treatment that's going to work 100% across the board, especially when you've got autistics who are literally night and day different from one another. But he uses those statistics, without giving you proper context. He's trying to dismiss them as useless because it doesn't cover 100% of the kids. When if you have two brain cells to rub together, you realize, of course, you're not going to find one single treatment that's going to work on every single fucking autistic in the world. That's just fucking basic. That's just using your head. And this is the argument he uses to sign these kids up for torture. Well, that didn't work. Let's try torture. I should add nonsensical ravings as a fucking disclaimer in here. This is why I told you folks, not only is it important you question your doctors, it is morally your responsibility to suss out your doctors. Because if they're operating off this mindset, yeah. Doctors who do not deal in reality have no business in medicine. They certainly have no fucking business in psychology or psychiatry. I'm going to close out on that. We don't get very many views on this channel. The few that we do tend to get removed from time to time. So please don't forget to hit the like button, hit subscribe, and don't forget to hit the comments. I do appreciate your time. And as always, we here at Spilling Tea hope you have a good one. Bye-bye.